before I learned to tie my own shoelace. Whispered every night beside my bed in that familiar place. Our Father up in heaven, just a rhythm and a rhyme, a sleepy little prayer I said 1,000 weary times. It felt like ancient history, a duty to get done, before I drifted off to sleep beneath the setting sun. And as I grew into a man, I faced the wind and rain, and I'd often call your name, Lord, in the middle of the pain. But my prayers were complicated things, full of worry, doubt, and fear, trying hard to tell you things I thought you'd wanna hear. But tonight I knelt down weary, and those old words came to call, and the simple truth inside them broke right through my sturdy wall. Hallowed be your name wasn't just a phrase to say, it was giving you the glory at the closing of the day. And thy kingdom come, thy will be done wasn't just a hopeful plea, it was letting go of my own plans and letting you guide me. Our Father, give us now our daily bread wasn't just for food and lease, it was trusting you completely for my shelter and my peace. And forgive us all our debts now, as we forgive our own, was the hardest, truest lesson that my soul had ever known. And lead us from temptation, from the devil's evil lies, was the cry of every sinner underneath your patient skies. And tonight I knelt down weary, and those old words came to call, and the simple truth inside them broke right through my sturdy wall. Hallowed be your name wasn't just a phrase to say, it was giving you the glory at the closing of the day. And thy kingdom come, thy will be done wasn't just a hopeful plea, it was letting go of my own plans and letting you guide me. 'Cause you taught us how to pray, Lord, you gave the perfect guide, a map back to the Father's heart where his own children hide. It's simple but it's everything, it's shallow and it's deep, the everlasting promises your faithful heart will keep.
Creditors were knocking, Lord, they wouldn't go away. My husband, he had served you, but he died the other day. And the debt he left behind him was a shadow dark and deep. And my 2 sons were the only price that I could ever keep. again and time again. And I cried out to your prophet with my last and fading hope, just a broken, empty vessel at the end of my own rope. He asked me, what is in your house? I said, nothing left to claim, just a single jar of oil, Lord. I whispered low in shame, but he said, go borrow vessels, not a few, from every friend. And the faith to just obey him was a miracle he'd send. 'Cause I poured that little bit of oil, and it just kept coming out, filling every single borrowed jar, destroying every doubt. And the God who sees the widow's tear and hears her lonely plea had turned my single drop of faith into a victory for me. And I think about the little things you've given me to hold, a little bit of talent worth more than finest gold, a little bit of kindness, a little bit of time, a single jar of oil, Lord, that's truly fully thine. And I'm tempted just to hoard it, Lord, afraid it won't be enough for the journey that's ahead of me when the road gets dry and rough. But you tell me, go borrow vessels, not a few, from every friend. And the faith to just obey you is the miracle you'll send. 'Cause I'll pour my little bit of oil and watch it overflow, filling every single empty heart with the love you want them know. And the God who sees the widow's tear and hears her lonely plea can turn my single drop of faith into a victory through me. 'Cause you're the God of multiplication, the God who brings increase. You can take our empty offering and turn it into peace. You just ask us for obedience, you just ask us for our trust, to pour out what you gave us from these simple jars of dust. The widow's oil still flowing here today, the widow's oil. Lord, show me how to obey, just obey.
This world's a bland old dish, Lord has lost its tang and bite, full of shadows and compromises in the fading afternoon light. And I look at my own life, Lord, just a single grain so small, and I wonder how a man like me can make a change at all. I'm not a preacher on a stage, I'm not a king upon a throne, just a common man trying to live a faith that's overgrown with weeds. But then I read the words you spoke upon a mountainside one day, to a crowd of simple fishermen who didn't know the way. You didn't call them mighty swords or lamps upon a hill that time, you called them something small difference in a story to be told. Yeah. It's the honesty in business when a lie would pay you more. It's the kindness to a stranger knocking at your own back door. It's the standing for the truth, Lord, when the whole world turns away. It's the prayer you whisper for Rome at the closing of the day. It ain't loud, it ain't flashy, it don't make the headlines shine. It's just a steady, faithful work of a heart that's truly thine. 'Cause you call us salt of the earth, a flavor and a cure, to keep this world from rotting with a love that will endure. And it doesn't take a mountain, just a pinch is all you need to change the taste of everything with a holy, righteous deed. So let my life be salty, Lord, let my words be true and bold. The quiet, crucial difference in a story to be told. But if the salt should lose its savor, if it blends right in the dust, then what good is a promise if it's covered up in rust? So keep me sharp, Lord, keep me pure, don't let me compromise. Let the sting of truth and holiness be reflected in my eyes. Salt of the earth, let my life bring taste and light. Salt of the earth in the darkness of the night. Just a little salt.
I always tried to look the part. I knew just what to say. I'd raise my hands in worship, and I'd bow my head to pray. I gave my tithe each Sunday, I sang the hymns out loud, and I felt so safe and righteous in the middle of the crowd. I thought I had my ticket booked, mansion guaranteed, 'cause I'd kept the rules exactly. Yes, I had indeed. But then I read a story about the ending of the age, when the king sits on his glory and he turns the final page, and he separates the people like a shepherd does a sheep. And the words he speaks are harvest from the seeds we sow and reap. And he says, I was hungry and you never gave me food. I was thirsty and you left me in my lonely solitude. I was naked and afraid, Lord. I was sick and in the jail, and my soul cries out, oh, when my King. Did I ever fail to see you in your moment of your desperate crying need? And he answers when you fail to help the least of these indeed. And I think about the beggar
that I passed just yesterday, and the lonely widow down the street I promised I would pray about, but just got busy with my own important plans, and the brother locked in prison by his own two foolish hands. Did I see you in their faces? Did I hear you in their call? Or was I just too busy standing righteous, proud and tall? 'Cause he says I was hungry and you never gave me food. I was thirsty and you left me in my lonely solitude. I was naked and afraid, Lord. I was sickened in the jail, and my soul cries out, oh, when my King. Did I ever fail to see you in your moment of your desperate crying need? And he answers when you fail to help the least of these indeed. 'Cause a measure of our own faith isn't just the words we claim, it's the mercy that we show to those who whisper your own name. In their hunger and their poverty, their prison and their pain, the love we give to them is like a cool and blessed rain upon your face. The least of these, Lord, help me see your face today. The least of these, don't let me turn away. Help me see you